Hey everybody, Mark Jancic again, and today I'm going to be talking about the most valuable skill that helped me as a transitioning active duty Marine Corps officer into full-time entrepreneurship and real estate investing. I did this in September of 2021. I stepped out of active duty Marine Corps and into basically full-time entrepreneurship and real estate. I still do the reserves for the Marine Corps, but for all intents and purposes, now my full-time gig is being self-employed and owning multiple businesses. And if you're new to our channel, this is part of a 30-day challenge where I talk about a lot of these types of things on what helped me step out of the Marine Corps and do this full-time. And again, today specifically, this is day 3 of a 30-day challenge I'm doing. Today specifically, I'm going to be talking about the best or the most valuable skill that I had that helped me accomplish what I accomplished, like to step out and do this and do entrepreneurship full time. And that is tech skills. Okay, and I'll dive in here in a little bit, but let me just caveat that there are various different kinds of skills, right? Like, for example, some people categorize them as like hard skills, soft skills. I think a lot of soft skills are incredibly important, probably even more than hard skills, because you have to learn how to like talk to people, influence people, sell them on a concept, an idea, on a vision, be good at conflict resolution, just have maybe some of that innate ability to lead through tough times and inspire to join a mission, a direction, anything, right? I can't remember what the comedian was, but he was like, thank you for coming to my show, because most people are lazy and they would rather do nothing. And so he was like, I'm just happy that you guys actually decided to get up and come over to my show. And so I think that's very true, is that people need a lot of reason to do something. And when you have those soft skills to bring a team together and inspire and compel them to go forth on a mission with you, that's a very valuable skill. Whether that's a mission in the military, you guys are going out on whatever, like actual like military, maybe battle mission, like, with actual weapons, and you're going into real risk and danger, going on a flight mission. I was a pilot for a while, going on whatever. Or in your civilian life, where if you're an entrepreneur, maybe it's a mission to, maybe you started a nonprofit, or maybe you want to build this business to, like in our case, help military families invest in real estate. So teaching them how to do that and providing the financial services. But hard skills though, when I said tech, what I mean by that is just setting things up to run a business in the modern world. So that was what I personally leveraged the most. I had a computer science and IT background. That was my double major at the Naval Academy. However, I'll tell you right now, I used that almost not at all. However, the confidence and competence I got from just figuring tech things out as a result of that being my background, that really helped me just be confident that I can figure things out, right? I knew that, hey, maybe I don't have to set up, maybe I don't have to build a website via like coding and HTML. I can use all these website builders, and like I just knew that, like, okay, if I knew how to do it the hard way, I can probably figure out how to do it the easy way. But then there was a million other things I never actually did as a computer science guy. Like I never actually had to set up my own domain. I never had to buy a domain name. I never had to then set up that website, connect it to a domain, have servers that hosted that domain, figure out how, what service that was online. And then how to protect that website, how to optimize the website to make it faster, how to then connect, let's say, a payment processor to that website, how to have a payment gateway behind that payment processor to actually grab the money from a credit card, put it into my bank account eventually. All these little things I had no idea how to do, but I knew I could figure it out. And the cool thing was, a lot of the people that I was starting to align with to build this business, they had a military background, and a lot of times not very technical backgrounds either. And so this to them was a valuable skill to have in a team member. So what ended up happening, and I didn't really realize this up front, but I started using it to my advantage really quickly, was, hey, if I know how to do this stuff and I can set it up for my team members, that they will find that as a very valuable aspect of joining my team, and they are going to be more likely to join my team. And so I basically started building a platform and used that to leverage, or use that as leverage to grow my team. I was like, hey, I'm gonna build a website. I'm gonna set up, I know how to record lessons online via these such and such tools. I know how to make decent videos. I know how to set up the actual, like how every single, it's called SaaS products, softwares as a service, connect with each other. And mind you, I didn't know any of this up front, but like I was okay with learning that. And it was actually a really fun learning process, because you're learning how bits and pieces of an online modern day business, not even online, like everything's online now. Like there used to be this concept of online business. Now even real estate is online. Now even with real estate, if you have an apartment complex, you want to make sure it has a Google My Business page. You want to make sure it has a website. You want to make sure it has good pictures. You want to make sure it's connected to various different websites that help people find your, maybe potentially find your apartments, right? Everything is online now. Everything's an online business to a certain degree, right? Or can and should be, because it'll be much more successful if it does have an online presence and automation set up in a tech perspective. So I knew that by learning this stuff and being a student of that craft, I could leverage my abilities that I'm learning through that learning, through those skills, that would be something that would attract team members that are way better at other things, like actual real estate investing, raising capital, or who just had experience in various different types of deal structures, whether it's single family investing, multifamily investing, short-term rentals, whatever, right? I knew that by allowing them to lean on me to do this kind of stuff, I could lean on them to do that kind of stuff. And that's how I was able to build ADPI. That's how I was able to syndicate multiple deals. And that's how I was able to essentially now grow our ADPI into this education company that it is, and help and just understand a lot of the minutia and step back and look at the big picture of how all the technology in our company, how it works together, right? Anyway, that to some of you that are not very technical, or do not like tech, or would despise the idea of building a website, that might not excite you at all. And you might be like, I don't want anything to do with this. That's fine. Find somebody that is willing to do that does love that kind of stuff, that you can leverage them while you go do what you do best, right? You might be somebody who wants to be a part of the renovations on every single deal. You want to swing hammers. You want to know that everything's done up to code, up to standard, and also that it's just a safe and livable place for your tenants or the person you're selling the home to. Because that is also a sales process, right? I always talk about how everything in life is sales. Even worrying about how the renovations at a home, how they're done, it's for the purpose of selling. You either want to sell that investment property at a massive gain, or you want to sell it as a lease, as a rental to somebody who's going to be paying you month to month. So you worrying about the renovations being done, that's also part of the sales process, even if you don't think about it that way initially. So again, for those that are watching to learn what the sharpest or what the most valuable skill was for me, it's tech skills. And if I were to point you in a single direction to where to learn this kind of stuff, I'd recommend looking up hosting websites, website building platforms, from a marketing perspective, because a lot of these tools are all tied back to marketing. I'd start looking up funnel builders. So there's ClickFunnels, there's Go High Level, there's Kajabi, and I can put all this in the description or comment if you're interested and you want links to some of this stuff. These are softwares as a service that help you, that have a bunch of things kind of like built in together. So Kajabi, for example, that's how I got a lot of my start after I decided WordPress was just too complicated and I needed to connect way too many things. Kajabi is how we got our start. Now we're back on WordPress because we need more robust capabilities. But Kajabi allows you to build a website, like literally drag and drop, right? And they have tons of templates. It lets you write emails that are templated in series, in campaigns, and get triggered automatically based off of certain actions of your email list. It also allows you to build those funnels, meaning if somebody, a funnel is basically a marketing process. If somebody, it's a series of steps that lead down to a sale. So if you're selling some kind of education, let's say how to set up a lemonade stand, you want that to be like a blog or a landing page. Somebody reads about that, and then you have, hey, are you interested in this? They click on that, and it takes them to a page that talks about this course that you're selling. Let's say it's $97 and how to do it. And then they click on that, it goes to a checkout page. Then after they put in their credit card information, it goes to a thank you page. All that kind of stuff is all called funnels. And then there might be emails happening in parallel, pop-ups on the website. There's all sorts of things that contribute to nurturing somebody down the funnel to get to a sale. And last but not, well, there's two more things. Another thing is, one of the most important tools is Zapier, or ones like it, where they integrate other tools that aren't natively integrated. Basically what Zapier does, like if it integrates with Kajabi, I could say, hey, if this ever happens in Kajabi, which is like that funnel building and course platform tool I was talking about. For example, if somebody buys our real estate investing course on Kajabi, on activedutypassiveincome.com, please make sure that they then it gets this signal. Oh, that person bought the thing, right? Then it takes that signal and it sends another signal, because it connects to all these different services. It sends a signal to our email CRM, which is a customer relationship management tool. And that email CRM knows to now send them a series of onboarding emails to welcome them to the course and get them connected to anything else they need to be connected to, right? Like our masterminds, for example, there's hundreds of people talking about this stuff to get better at it. So what I'm getting at is Zapier is an incredible tool, because a lot of softwares, when they first start out, they won't natively connect with each other, and they don't know how you want to connect thousands of different tools. So there's just this central tool called Zapier that connects all the other tools. Zapier. Last but not least, the most important thing with tech and business building, and honestly real estate investing as well, if you want to go at scale, is building your list of potential customers. So they're called leads. So you build a list of leads. You build a list of people that are interested in you, and typically this is an email list or a cell phone list or a contact list where it has a bunch of information on them, their email, their phone number, their Facebook page, all sorts of stuff. And so you want to build your contact list, because that is something you can remarket to, and you can inspire them to take action on whatever it is your business is, whether you want them to invest their capital into your real estate deal, or you want them to buy a course that you're making, or you want them to whatever, just check something out and give you feedback. That's also, valuable at certain times. And the way to build an email list this was the hardest thing for me to learn in the very early days. Like the first thing I was trying to figure out is you have like those little email capture forms, and then there's tools that basically they create this list for you when somebody puts their email in. Kajabi has that as well. Maybe I should put like our affiliate link to Kajabi on this video. I probably will if I have one. But it helps you build out your email list, so then you can send them newsletters, you can send them very valuable information, and they'll learn to trust you over time. And then when it comes time to sell them something that you know at this point is probably very valuable to them because they're interested in what you have to talk about, you can sell them that thing right then and there via an email campaign. And it's just a way to create relationships. All this tech, it's how to create relationships and exchange value with each other. Selling and businesses have like sometimes a negative connotation, like, oh, especially in the veteran community, dear God, like, oh, why won't you give me a discount? Or, oh gosh, you're charging for that? Like, all right, like, hey, we all live in this world where we need to make money to continue living, right? And also, money is the perfect form of representing a value exchange. If I'm being valuable to you, and in exchange, you should then be valuable to me. Sales is not about necessarily, about you like trying to take something away from somebody. You're not taking money away from them. You want them to willingly give you money, right, for value that is hopefully not only perceived as extremely valuable for that amount of money, so they willingly and are maybe asking you to take their money, right? But it's also actually, as a good business builder, is that you're making it 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 maybe times more valuable than what they're actually paying for you. Because you know that the product is the most important thing. It'll help you market and sell it in the future, because if you can create amazing reviews and a good feeling about your product, that it'll then kind of sell itself. Now I kind of went on a tangent there, I'm sorry. This is all about tech, but as you see, tech allows you to make this stuff happen. It allows you to be remote. Active Duty Passive Income is a fully remote company. We have team members all over the world working on building our education community to help military real estate investors buy more real estate in the United States, even if they're on deployment or they're stationed overseas or whatever, and create more income and cash flow. So if you found this video valuable, you know the drill. Please subscribe, share it if you can, and on like social media and stuff. And that's about it. Mark Jan Sitch is out.